maybe just over 22 minutes with a few seconds.
Awuthiwa ke isikhathi ke kusuka lapho kusuka ngo-17:45 kuyofika ku-18:07. You said how many minutes?
22 minutes.
Kuthiwa amashumi amabili nambili imizuzu.
Okay, just in simple terms. Now, explain in simple terms what we have just explained now, that from that particular tower to that other particular tower is 22 minutes.
There's no particular tower, my objection, my lord. The tower must be named because you're confusing the record.
From Holt Street SGS 1 to 2G Sprayed View SGS 1.
Yes, you want to know
Yes,
the time?
it's 22 minutes.
Yes.
Kuthiwa isikhathi ke phakathi kwe lamathawa amabili i-Holt Street SGS 1 ne-2G Sprayed View SGS 1 imizuzu amashumi amabili.
So are you saying to this court for this device to pick up these two towers, 2G Holt Street, 2G Sprayed View, one has to travel around 22 minutes?
Objection, my lord. It can't be like that. It can be, depending whether you're flying, you're driving, you're walking, you're cycling, or whatever that you're doing, or even you're walking. That's a very it's a very unheard guesswork that is going to be siphoned from this witness, my lord.
Yes, Mr.
So
Sir.
we leave that for argument. That's fine. Okay. Let's now refer to the 2nd of November. That will be on page on page 19 of Exhibit Triple G1.
On page 19.
Yes, page 19. Around 2 November 2014 at 20:56. Can you place that information on record fully?
On the 2nd of November 2014 at 20:56 seconds, the number ending 8169 received a call from the number ending 2551. It lasted 38 seconds, and the tower picked up there was Bupang Khotso.
Ngimhla 2 kuNovember 2014 isikhathi u-2020-56 inamba egcina ngo-8169 yathola ucingo oluvela kule namba egcina ngo-2551 bahlala imizuzwana amashumi amathathu nesishiyagalombili. Ithawa yayisetshenziswa iBupang Khotso.
And then the next entry?
The next entry was still on the 2nd of November 2014 at 20:44:00 seconds. The number ending 8169 made an outgoing call to the number ending 2056. It lasted 53 seconds, and the tower picked up there was Moy Street.
Mhla 2 kuNovember 2014 usuku olodwa isikhathi u-20:44:00 inamba egcina ngo-8169 iyashaya ucingo ishayela inamba egcina ngo-2056 bahlala ke imizuzwana engamashumi nanhlanu emashumi ayisihlanu nantathu kwase ke kusetshenziswa ithawa ekuthiwa iMoy Street.
Now let's do the same exercise. The time lapse between these two transactions, one picking up a tower at Bupang Khotso SGS1, the second one picking up a tower at 2G Moy Street SGS1.
The time difference there is about 24 minutes.
So-ke ukuhlukana-ke kwalezi y'khathi lapho-ke ifoni yathola yaxhumana ngebupangkhotso yase ixhumana futhi ngale tawa ekuthiwa iMoy Street. Kuthiwa-ke isikhathi-ke umehluko walesi y'khathi amaminithi angama-24.
So is it your testimony now that if a device picks up a tower at Bopangkhotso, SGS1,
No, but objection, madam. This witness never made any testimony. She only testified that on this date, this time, on the 2nd of November 2014 and the 2nd of November 2014, at 20:56 and at 20:44:00, there was a call made by accused number 3 and a call received by accused number 3 and a call made by accused number 3. The one which he made out, the call that he received was picked up by the tower at Bopangkhotso, and the one that he made was picked up by the tower at Moy Street. This witness never said anything to suggest that this is therefore her testimony. Unless the state wants to put words into wants to suggest something to this witness that this witness would then have to confirm. Never said anything beyond the towers that she testified about. It can't be her testimony then.
Yes, Mr. Sibani.
but my lord, that is the point that I'm trying to get into. To confirm this, what is written on this section 205. And by extension of logic, it is her evidence, what is contained
When you
here.
say it is an extension of logic, are you saying the same device picks up a particular number and after about a
24
lapse of
minutes.
about 20, is it how many minutes?
She said 24 minutes. my lord.
24 minutes.
Yes.
That same device picks up a number after an interval of some time.
That is correct. And that's what is written here.
Yeah, but they say you must put it so that they understand it.
But it's on paper.
Because they say this witness is not saying that. Are you not saying that, ma'am?
I am presenting what is here on the data.
And what does that say?
In my own words,
Yeah.
it was that this device was picked up by 2 different towers at 2 different times on the same date.
Yeah, they say a cat can be skinned many times.
And I
That's
don't know
what the
what,
witness now says. What you want to rephrase what you want to say, you.
no,
Mr.
my lord,
Sibani.
because it's what it says. It picks up 2 different towers in the space of 24 minutes.
The
That's
same
what
device?
witness- Yes,
And these towers are obviously apart.
that's correct.
So there must have been motion. Okay,
Exactly.
fine. You can argue that, they say.
It's fine. Okay. Now let's proceed to page 11.
On the same exhibit,
Exhibit triple G1.
triple G1, page 11.
Yes. The last time the number ending with 8169 picked up a signal.
On which date?
26 October 2014.
on the 26th of October 2014 at 20:32:57 seconds, 8169 was last used at that time when it received an SMS, and the tower that was picked up there was Goud Street.
From 26 October 2014, isikhathi 20:32:57 number egcina ngo-8169 iyagcina isetshenziselwe ukuthi ithole i-SMS and futhi ke itower yayisetshenziswa kuyi-Holt Street.
Okay. Now, on that, hypothetically speaking, if we can place now this phone around this time in motion,
No, objection, Malord. It can't be hypothetical. We're dealing with facts here. We're dealing with scientific evidence. This document is based on scientific evidence. It can't be hypothetical.
Okay,
Because
factually.
hypothetical simply means assumptions. And this court does not deal with assumptions.
factually, based on what you said earlier about 22 and 24 minutes, put that at the back of your mind. From this time, if you can place this device in motion, can it be at Bopang Khoso or Spread View Tower within 24 hours? 24 minutes, sorry.
Bathi ke le tower le phone le egcina ngo-8169 iyakwazi yini ukuthi ibe isuke kule tower ekuthiwa iBupankgotso ibe iyofika endaweni ekuthiwa iMoyne Street engakapheli imzuzu engamashumi 24.
But that is a very same objection, my lord, which was raised because this initially this witness was requested to comment on whether is it possible for a person to be at the to be at Holt Street within 22 minutes when he was at Bopang Tower. Then the challenge is it depends on the mode of transport that witness was using. Because if he was flying, of course it was possible.
No, time
If
is-
he was riding,
The logic is wrong. Time is static. Whether you're flying, driving, 24 minutes is 24 minutes.
yes, but my lord, it
Okay,
depends on
that's
whether
how-
on the speed that
I'm
you're
not
using.
I'm not arguing what you are trying to argue with this gentleman. I'm just saying the logic of time is static. 24 minutes is 24 minutes.
But now
It doesn't
the state
change
is
whether
saying, is it
it doesn't
possible?
change whether you are driving,
Yes.
whether you're flying, whether you're running. 24 minutes is 24 minutes between the two towers. That's how I understand the evidence.
But now the state wants this witness to testify whether, to indicate whether is it possible. Is it possible?
Is
It
that what-
depends on what you are using. If you are going to move from Bopang Tower to Holt Street within that 24 minutes, that's how I understand. That's what I understand the state to mean, my lord.
Okay. What do you say, man?
So, my lord, in my opinion, I would say if you are in a motor vehicle, it's possible. But obviously, if you're on a skateboard, it's not possible, or on a bicycle, to be from one area with a 24-minute distance during that time.
Except that
Uthi ke uma kuwukuthi uhamba ngemoto kungenzeka ukuthi ufike ingakapheli lana imzuzu yama-24. Kodwa uma uhamba ngebhayisekile noma uhamba nge-skateboard angeke kwenzeke ukuthi ukwazi ukufika.
okay.
I think Advocate Mngomezulu has an objection. He's trying to say
what?
something to me. Advocate Mr. Mngomezulu.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you. I will not dwell much on that. You have already said enough regarding the time. Now, let's move to page 183 of the same exhibit GG1. GG, the one that we're still busy with, the last page, the section 205, the last page. Are you there, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Can you tell this court, as the RICA legislation, is it a statutory requirement that a user or a subscriber must RICA their cell phone numbers?
Yes, as per the RICA Act, all SIM cards must be registered.
So ngaphansi kwe-RICA Act, yonke ama-SIM card asenza umakhalekhukhwini afanele abhaliswe.
Can I, Roni Sibanda, RICA, my SIM card as Charles Simnisi?
No, not at all.
Athi ngiyakwazi yini ukuthi mina ngosibanda ngisenzise.
I did not get that, my lord. How does my name feature there?
Are you Charles?
Yes.
Is that so?
Otherwise, unless the state is suggesting that at one point or the other, there's a fraudulent thing that I did about RICA. I did not get him. May he kindly repeat himself.
I was just demonstrated by way of an example, my lord.
Okay.
Why his name?
Hmm?
Why do you use his name?
I will use A and B, my lord. Yes, okay. Let's just change the name to A and then B. So he said no. Can you now?
Umuntu ke esizobizwa ngokuthi A angakwazi yini ukuthi abhalise iSIM card ngegama lomuntu ezobizwa ngo-B athi cha ngeke kwenzeke.
On that page where it says MSIDN, can you please the phone number on record?
2772 766 8169.
So ke le number evela lapho ngaphansi kwa-MSISDN inumber +27 72 766 8169.
And then the IMSI SIM card number
6550 1224 9151 373.
IMSI number yakhona 6550 1224 9151 373.
and then on page 11 of the same exhibit, is it still the same IMSI number, just at the beginning of the page or anywhere on that page 11?
It is the same number reflecting on both pages.
Amabili lamakhasi iyona le number evela lapha.
And the ICCID number, what is it?
It is 8922 49 with 7 zeros 1513739.
Try ICCID number 8922490000001513 739.
And then the SIM start date,
SIM start date is 17 May 2014 at 9:58:09 seconds.
It seems the start date in Kala, mhla 17 kuMay 2014, isikhathi 09:58:09.
and the SIM end date,
This is a generic date of 01/01/2050 00:00:00 seconds.
So ke isikhathi okugcina ngaso isikhathi nje sibekiwe esika January number no usuku lokuqala number the 1st ka January 2050 isikhathi 00:00:000.
RICA registration date,
Start date 10 March 2012 at 10:59:17 seconds.
So kulanga ke lokureka mhla 10 kuMarch 2012 isikhathi 10:59:17 seconds.
I think you've already placed the RICA registration end date.
End date is generic as well, which is 01/01/2050 00:00:00 seconds.
So isikhathi ogcina ngaso ilesi sibekiwe so to umhla January 1 ku-2050 isikhathi ku-00:00.
ID number. Can you just place the last four ID number for the safety?
9083.
So indaba yokugcina ke kuleyo ID number yo-9083.
And then the first name,
Ntombizini.
Ntombizini. Igama ke elifike lokuqala uNtombizini.
surname,
Majola.
Sibongo uMajola.
physical address,
Number 19 York Road, Gillets.
Number 19 York Road, Gillis.
and then agent ID,
It's ICAP /VSP 24448 KSNHO.
Code agent ICAP /KSD 2448 KSNA0.
okay? Agent name and surname,
Sohail Shabazz.
Igama ke uSuhail Shabazz.
okay. Evidence before this court, case number 3 through his advocate indicated that this number belongs to him. Does his name appear on the record document?
Athi igama lamsolo lisathu liyavela yini ku record document le?
What is the accused name?
Tobisi Prince Nobe.
Igama lamsolo yilokhu uMthobisi Prince Mncube.
This does not appear on this RICO information.
It is not.
No.
Athi akulona ke lelivela lapha ku la kubhaliswe khona ku record.
Thank you. My Lord, we'll move to another exhibit. In fact, we want to refer back to an earlier exhibit as well. Exhibit DD5E, Roman figure 1. Exhibit man. Because I'll refer back to two exhibits that I referred to earlier. Exhibit DD 5. I will use them together, my lord. My lord, I want to just highlight few aspects. I know on Friday we went through this exhibit, but I just want to highlight few aspects before I move to exhibit JJ8. Just few, my lord. Yes. Let's start 17 June 2020, 085108.
The number ending 6890 was on voicemail. That call came from a number ending 7786. Lasted 2 seconds. And there's no tower defined there.
So on 17 June 2020, inumber egcina ngo-0851, inumber egcina ngo-6890 ngesikhathi sika-085108 ithole ingene ku-voicemail. Kusho ukuthi inumber ke bishaya u-77 ile egcina ngo-7786 ihlale imisuzwana emibili kuphela, ayikhombisi lapho ithawa ukuthi yiphi ebisetshenziswa.
And then if we refer the code to exhibit DD5, index number 228, can you place index number 228 on record?
228 reflects Ndiza.
228 ikhombisa uNdiza.
My lord, just for the sake of clarity, where the witness is referring to is the download that was done by Colonel House, the phone book of accused number 2. And then the number there, 228.
081 057 5586.
So the number again was 081 057 5586.
7786.
77, not 5.
7786.
Number again 7786.
Is it now the same number that attempted to call accused number 2?
Athi yona yini le number yazama ukushayela umsolo wesibili?
Yes.
That is yebo kunjalo.
And then immediately after that entry, is it still the same number?
Thereafter, at 9:37:18 seconds, the same number appears. The number ending 6890 was still on voicemail.
But ngesikhathi sika 09:37:18 seconds yavela futhi leyo number le number egcina u-6890 yayise ku voicemail.
Okay, now let's proceed to the 20th of June. At 01:26:22.
During this time, 6890 received a SMS, and that was from number ending 6002.
ngalesikhathi ke mhla 26 ngomhla 20 kuJune isikhathi u012622 inamba egcina ngo6890 yathola SMS evela kule namba egcina ngo6002.
And then let's proceed to Exhibit DD5, index number 21.
It reflects Buthelezi.
Ngathi ke index number 21 iveza ukuthi ubuthelezi.
Just place everything there on that block.
Buthelezi, and the cell phone number is 072 038 6002.
So ke ubuthelezi lapha inamba evelayo u072 038 6002.
Yes, but there's an inverted comma there and 2.
2, yes.
Please, thank you. Is it now still the same number appearing on the section 205?
Yes.
Ngathi yona inamba evela section 0605 at yep.
And in this interaction between the two numbers, when does it end?
Ngathi ukuthintana kwalezi number uphelela phi?
It ends at 02:22:23 seconds on the 20th of June.
So ke igcina ngomhla ka20 kuJune isikhathi ku02:22 imizuzu 23 imizuzwana.
Can you count how many SMSs are there?
There were 6.
Ngathi mlazo yohlobo le-SMS iyaye yisithupha.
And then 20 June 2020, 15:07:59.
20 June 15:07:59 seconds. 6890 was on voicemail, and the number that called was number ending in 6750, and that lasted 22 seconds.
Kuthiwa mhla 20 kuJune isikhathi ku15:09:07:59 inamba egcina ngo6890 voicemail and eyayizama kuyishayela ile egcina ngo6750 yahlala ke imizuzwana 22 imizuzwana.
Now let's refer to Exhibit DD5 on entry number 119.
Entry number
119.
119 reflects Mama Wemi, and the number is 079 069 6750.
Lithi lapha kubonakala kubhele igama likamama wemi inamba evelayo 079 069 6750.
26 June 2020, 17:23:08. No. Before that, can you explain the duration of a voicemail that lasted for 22 seconds?
Uthachaza ukuthi kwenze kanjani ukuthi kube nomlayezo noma ivoicemail iyahlala imizuzwana yama22.
It's actually self-explanatory. 6890 was on voicemail or switched off. This number ending 6750 tried to contact the number ending 680.
So iyachaza lento ukuthi le number egcina ngo6890 kuvoicemail so ke lenye inamba ku6850 yayizama ke ukuyithinda.
The call wasn't answered and a message was left.
So ke ngoba engenampendulo kuleyo phone kwashiwa ke umlayezo.
Okay, and then thereafter, the same number tries to make contact.
Yes, at 19:21, 40 seconds on the same day, and that lasted 2 seconds.
So ke the number futhi yaphinde yashaya ngomhla 26 June 2020 isikhathi ku 19:21:40 and ke bahlala yahlala ke 2 wemizuzwana.
And thereafter, the last one.
Thereafter, 10 seconds later, at 19:21:50, another voicemail call that lasted 5 seconds from the number ending 6750.
So ke emva kwemizuzwana elishumi ngesikhathi kwaku 19:21 and 50 seconds le number ke ya 6750 yaphinde yazama ukushaya yaphinde yangena ke ku voicemail lapho yahlala khona imizuzwana emihlanu.
Okay. Now, 26 June 2020, 16:40, 29.
16:40:29.
That's correct.
On the 26th of June, the number ending 6890 received a call from the number ending 6750, which lasted 91 seconds.
Kuthiwa ngomhla ka 26 kuJune inamba egcina ngo 6890 ngesikhathi sika 16:40:29 seconds yathola ucingo oluvela kule number egcina ngo 6750 bahlala ke imizuzwana amashumi ayishagalolunye nanye.
Thank you. And then,
Thereafter,
yes.
at 17:23:08,
Yes.
6890 received a SMS from the number ending 2412.
So ngomhla 26 kuJune isikhathi 17:23 and 8 seconds the number egcina 6890 yathola umlayezo wohlobo lwe-SMS evela kule number egcina ngo 2412.
Okay, now let's refer to Exhibit DD5, index number 149.
Number 149 reflects GoGo 066 068 2412.
Can you get the number again?
066 068 2412.
Kuthiwa ke can you please give me the whole message? I need to have listed it.
GoGo 066 068 2412.
Kuthiwa ke lana igama elivelayo ugogo inumber 06606682412.
Let's move to page 2, 29 July 2020, 09250.
090250 seconds. The number 6890 was on voicemail. That call came from the number ending 6397. It lasted 4 seconds.
So mhla ka 29 July 2020 isikhathi 090250 seconds number egcina ngo 6890 yazama ukuthindwa ile number egcina ngo 6397 bangena ku voicemail hlala ke imizuzwana emine.
And then Exhibit DD5, index number 37.
Index 37 reflects a cis queen 072 255 6397.
Index number 37, ibonakala kubhalwe ukuthi sisqueen 072 255 6397.
Move to page 4. 24 August 2020, 204211.
2042 11 seconds reflects 6890, receiving a call from the number ending 2189, lasted 757 seconds.
So again, it's got 2042 11 seconds. Inumber 6890 yathola ucingo oluvela kule number egcina ngo-2189 wahlala-ke imizuzwana makhulu ayisikhombisa mashumi ayisihlanu nesikhombisa imizuzwana.
Now let's refer to Exhibit DD5, page 7, index number 160.
160 reflects SB Ntanzi 072 793 2189.
So ke index 160 ikhombisa-ke ukuthi kubhalwe ukuthi SB Ntanzi. Number ke 072 793 2189.
Now we're about to conclude. 25 August 2020, 2013, 26.
During this time, 6890 made an outgoing call that lasted 1,180 seconds to the number ending 6995.
So ke umhla 23 August 2020 inumber ngaso lesikhathi the number egcina ngo-6890 ngashaya ukuthi ngishayela le number egcina ngo-6995 bashala ke inkulungwane ayishumi nemishumi ayisishiyagalombili emizuzwana.
And then Exhibit DD5, index number 170 on page 7.
Index 170 reflects Baba Fenzika 072 813 6995.
So index 170 ukhombisa uba kuzenzeka number 072 813 6995.
August 2020, 1722 and 0.
Just repeat your time, please.
172201.
At this time, 31 August 2020, 172201 seconds. The number ending 6890 made a call to the number ending 7126, which lasted 204 seconds.
Umhla 31 August 2020 cut for 172201 inumber egcina ngo-6890 yashaya ucingo ngishayela le number egcina ngo-7126 bahlala-ke imizuzwana eyamakhulu amabili imizuzwana emine.
And then Exhibit DD5, page 9, index number 116.
116 reflects Sissy Noka Yiso.
Index number.
116.
And the number?
Number is 073 756 7126.
Number la ku index 116 isebenzisa ibhale ukuthi usisi nonkanye. Inumber go 073 756 7126.
Okay. So, if I may interject. I've allowed this process to go on as far as it can. If we have a look at the annexure that is cross-referenced to the exhibit that my learned colleague is talking about, that is annexure to exhibit DD5. According to the evidence of Colonel House, the call data or the phone book that is related to this exhibit, annexure 3, from which the reference has been made, refers to the number 2772-505-7056. Yet my colleague is asking about 6890, the number ending with 6890. This is not the call data relating to 6890, it's the call data relating to 7056. If I may clarify, it seems my learned colleague is lost. My learned colleague is asking, for example, on the 26th of October 2020 at 16:40, 29, 6890 made a call and received a call from 6750. Then he'll cross-reference to index 149, which reflects GOGO. Yet that annexure that he refers to, according to host, the annexure related to the download of the phone number 2772-505-7056, not the number ending with 6890 that my learned colleague is talking about.
Yes, sir. What's your response?
My Lord, I am only focusing on the phone book to extract the names of the people appearing as on this phone book. Whether it was taken from which other phone number, to me, it does not take the case any further. I'm focusing on the names vis-a-vis the section 205.
Because he says you are quoting the incorrect numbers.
Yes. Incorrect numbers.
Yeah, that's what he said. Can you sort
My Lord,
that out?
what is happening is that my Lord will remember, for background purposes, we've admitted that the number ending with 6890 belongs to accused number 2. Now, the number ending where the names of the people that he wants to correlate to the transactions, the number 072-505-7056, we've said this is the number that we know that it belongs to the ex-girlfriend. It does not belong to accused number 2. And how these numbers come to be in the phone book of the ex-girlfriend is another story, my Lord. So my friend is quoting from the phone book of 505-7056 and wants to make a correlation with the calls made from 6890.
Yes, sir.
My Lord, I am merely focusing on what was downloaded on the SIM card as per the evidence of Lieutenant Colonel House.
Is it on record there?
It is on record
They
on
show
this
your colleague,
document.
because you are.
I think he has the document, my Lord.
So, what is the incorrect numbers you are talking about, Mr. Ramsepidi? Show Mr. Sibanda.
Let's
Those
have a look.
numbers.
I know where he's referring to, and I don't understand the incorrectness of what I'm doing here, because this is a phone book, and then it also corresponds with the calls that he made.
The cause that who made it? Who made?
Accused number 2, or he received the data that was admitted, exhibit DD5. What I'm asking the witness at this stage is to identify this number as per this phone book, whether it was found on which phone number of which device, to me, it does not take the case further because I'm looking at these numbers,
Which corresponded?
which correspond with what on section 205. And that's what we are doing. We're not saying the source of the calls is the number ending with 7056. I'm talking about the phone book.
Yes, my lord, but the phone book that he refers to, let me go to Annex 3, which starts with cell number. It will say cell number is 27725057056. And then there's the index number, the name of the persons saved on the phone book, and their cellular numbers. Now, what my learned colleague is doing is to say 6890 received an SMS, made a call, received a call, and the like. And then, having done so, he then refers the witness to the phone book of 505, which is not the book, the phone book of 6890. That's my only gripe, my lord. I don't know why he says it's irrelevant which phone book is used, because this phone book specifically refers to 505-7056, not the 6890 number.
Yes, Mrs. Banya, what's the story now?
But if I may refer the court to page 3,
You know what, to simplify, just explain it to the witness. She's an expert. And then the witness will explain to Mr. Ramsipili. And then
Were
he
you
can
able
tell us
to-
that this expert is wrong.
were you able to follow what the nature of the objection? Are you able to shed some light?
I'm trying to understand. So basically, this document has data for 6890, firstly. Secondly,
Sorry, ma'am, which document? Let's not say this
sorry.
document. I don't know what you mean.
this DD in brackets 5E Roman numeral 1.
Yes.
Okay, so this document reflects all the data for the number ending 6890. The numbers that I've read out, outgoing calls, incoming calls, and SMSs, would then refer to the numbers that are on this exhibit, but connecting that number to the ownership that was downloaded on this document. So in essence, what is the link that is, in my opinion, that is being made is that we are actually looking at these numbers on the other party or third party and linking them to the document DD5, and me just confirming what name that number belongs to on exhibit DD5.
My lord, I do fully, crystal clear, understand the explanation, but DD5, the annexure to DD5, the cell number is not 6890, it's 5057056. The names from which you confirm that, for example, 6750 belongs to Gogo, comes from the download of 5057056. You can confirm that.
May I ask a question?
My lord, the witness is not. The witness is not under cross-examination as
No,
yet.
no. Let's hear the explanation from.
So my question to you. So are you saying DD in brackets 5, the details on this document have been downloaded from another phone that is not relevant here?
My point, exactly.
Is that the point?
But my lord,
Yeah.
we are trying to establish in the line of questioning, again, in my opinion, we are just looking for who that number belongs to.
Which phones
I have no idea which phones these been downloaded from. That's irrelevant to me. All I'm making a connection between is this number that reflects on the other party to the name and the number that reflects on this document.
Yes, Mr. Ramsipil, are you with me? Hey. Oh, you still don't?
My lord, I leave this to rest, except to say, my learned colleague should have laid the basis to say, where you refer to the names that relate to the numbers, calls made, text messages made, received, and otherwise, is extracted from the download of 505-7056 so that the whole picture is placed in front of court, not as if the 6890, this is the download from 6890. That was my only gripe, my lord, but we may proceed. I'll make further arguments and I'll address that matter also in cross-examination.
Yes, yeah. Let's go.
Mr. Court, please, my lord, I also want to refer my colleague to page 3
Page 3,
of Exhibit DD5 of Hobbes,
DD5.
wherein I will just give a short synopsis. He said the phone that was downloaded, it had 2 SIM cards.
Yeah, remember that?
Yes, and then the number that Mr. Ramosip is referring to was also on that particular device that was recovered from accused number 2. And I will put the point there at rest there.
So that is the source of your information.
That is correct, my lord.
You understand that now?
I understand that.
So, furthermore,
So that way I also, you can proceed. I just want to take it.
I just want also to approach my colleague. Please.
May I approach accused?
Yes, yes, yes.
This is our own conference here. As the court pleases, my lord, before we lay this matter to rest, we'll remember, if we refer to the first page of this annexure that they are referring to, the annexure to DD5, in my cross-examination of Lieutenant Colonel House, we then established that, in fact, what he has done, he has mixed up the numbers and the IMSIs. What was supposed to be Vodacom was made out as MTN and vice versa. So that context is important in respect of the source of the numbers where she refers to. Hence, I objected to the evidence, but the clarification now with the context that there are actually 2 sources. The one with the names is the download of 5057056. The actual device that made received calls and text and otherwise is 6890. That's the only clarification that I wanted to be made on record. That's the court, please.
Okay, yeah.
Furthermore, my lord, will submit that this number ending with 7056, it does not belong to the girlfriend of accused number 2. It belongs to accused number 2 himself. And as far as I'm concerned, the number belonging to the girlfriend of ex-girlfriend of accused number 2, it ends with 1698.
That's a point of argument because we had requested the RICA information from the state when we were still dealing with bank records regarding the 7056. To date, we haven't been finished with sale. So what is arguing is in vacuum.
So where do you get the number? That it is the
1698.
Yeah, 1698. That it
Exhibit
belongs
V-
to the girlfriend.
Exhibit VV1, my lord.
Just show you, Leonard colleague. Show me.
That we acknowledge, my lord.
So what is the argument about now?
We are arguing about 7056, my lord. Remember, from day one, my lord, our
But you
stance
see,
has always
where you
been.
differ with your Leonard colleague
Yes.
is that you insist or you say or state that that number is not the number of your client's ex-girlfriend.
The 072505. Remember,
It's
my
not.
lord,
I'm just quoting you.
my lord, there are 2 ex-girlfriends. There's Mutsidisi and there's Kilebukhile. Those are 2 separate.
Okay, let's
people
find out.
with
You're talking
separate
about
numbers.
any other girlfriend.
My lord, I did not know about any other girlfriend. I only know about Ole Bukheng Petan.
Yeah, you see.
So the one that is referring to the 1698 is the girlfriend Kilebukhile.
Wait. Oh. How many girlfriends do you know of number 2? You, Mr. Sban.
No, I'm only talking about the information that is before me. I only know of one, my lord.
What's the name? What's the name of that?
Oleboheng Petani.
That's the only name you know.
That's the only name I know.
Now the other girlfriend is who?
The one is the one that we raised before, Mutsidisi, my lord.
So he's got two girlfriends,
Yes,
Mutsidisi
the
and Lebogang.
5057056 is
And they
Mutsidisi.
both communicated with your client.
Sorry, my lord.
There's two girlfriends, both communicated with your client using the number 6898. What's it? 6?
At different time periods. The other one is
But
from
they
2018.
the point is they
The other one
communicated.
is the latter. Yes, my lord. But at different time periods, my lord.
But he wants to claim, as I understand him, that he only has the number of Lebogang or Lebogile. Is that so? You
Correct,
don't
my
have
lord.
the other number of the other girlfriend.
I only see the number.
Matshidiso or who
Yes,
else?
that's correct.
My gripe is him placing it as a fact
That-
that 5057056 belongs to accused number 2, which we have denied ad nauseum.
Okay, fine. Yeah, let's go on.
Maybe let me ask the witness in this fashion. Maybe it will provide further clarity now. A phone with a dual SIM. Do you have any knowledge of its? How does it work?
Certainly, give me just a second.
Buzo ukuthi uma kunefoni ekwazi ukuthatha ama-SIM card amabili yazi ukuthi isebenza kanjani.
So in essence, a phone with dual SIMs have two IMEIs.
Njengoba ifoni ma-SIM card amabili nayo ama-IMEI amabili.
In the phone, there's a slot for each SIM card.
Manje la kule foni ke kunendawo yokuthi kungene lama-SIM card amabili.
So in terms of your primary number, it would show you IMEI 1 with that SIM card being your primary number, SIM card 1.
Manje ke uma ukuthi sikhuluma nge-SIM card yokuqala izokhombhala lapho ukuthi IMEI 1.
You can have two different SIM cards from two different networks
Ungakwazi-ke
inserted
ukuthi ufake
in one
kuma-
device.
Ungakwazi ukuthi ufake kumakhalekhukhwini owodwa ama-SIM card aphuma ke kuma-service provider ahlukene.
You can use your mobile data from two different networks, but you can only use one at a time.
Manje ungakwazi ukuthi usebenzise idatha evela kulama-service provider ahlukene kodwa ukwazi ukuthi wasebenzise omabili ngesikhathi esisodwa ukwazi ukusebenzisa eyodwa vo ngesikhathi esisodwa.
Okay.
Sorry, from my understanding, and when you want to interchange and use not the primary SIM card, the second one, if you must name it that.
Yes, then you have to go into your handset.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to take
Take
out
it
the
out,
SIM
yeah.
card.
What do you do?
You can then go on your settings and move over to the next SIM card with the second network, so to speak.
Njengoba ufuna ukusebenzisa le ke ikhadi uyakwazi ukungena ngaphakathi nje usho la efonini ukuthi usofuna ukusebenzisa le esibili kuwukuthi awuzange uyikhiphe kumakhalekhukhwini.
And it doesn't necessarily follow that the serial number of the device changes. It doesn't change.
So remember, the device number is called the IMEI.
That's it, the IMI, yeah. fine.
So you would have, there would be IMEI 1 and IMEI 2.
Two. Okay,
Yes.
because
So
you're
if
using
you
two
have
different
a-
SIM cards.
Yes, if you
Okay.
have a smartphone with the latest smartphones, you can actually go into your settings and view your IMEI 1 and IMEI 2.
Okay. Yeah, so what did you want to
Thank you,
establish?
my lord. So let me establish this. From that one device with two SIM cards, can I use, for instance, SIM card 1 to access the phone book on SIM card 2?
No. If you don't have the same numbers on both the SIM cards, you can't access the one from the other.
So ke uma ukuthi inamba ethize ihlele ku-sim card yesibili awukwazi ukusebenzisa i-sim card yokuqala ukuthi uyolunguza lapha ku-sim card yesibili ukubona ukuthi inamba le oyifunayo yini.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
My Lord, can we take the short adjournment? It's 11:43. I'm about to wrap up.
Okay, fine. 15 minutes break.